right? It's more like re-emphasizing what we're having now, this arcade session. So I'll do my introduction. So first of all, we'll start with what is learning in an organization. Learning organization
Sorry,
refers
please, is
to
this full screen?
say what? Can
Is
you?
this
I
full
can. I
screen?
didn't.
Yeah.
No, no, I'm sharing a window.
Okay. You should there should be something, a tab where you can click on full screen
Okay. Yeah.
or
Can you see my?
slideshow.
Can you see my? Can you see the window now?
Mm, no.
Okay. Let me change it to the window. Can you see my screen now? Hello? Can you see my screen?
Okay, yes, I was saying that I could see your screen, but it depends on where you're opening the slides from. There should,
Okay.
yeah, there should be a place where I think you would see slideshow or to make it full screen. I don't know if you get. It's a Google slide, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, so
I'm sharing a particular tab.
a particular tab.
Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I can see your screen. No problem. Let's just go ahead.
Okay. So can I go on?
Yes, please.
Okay. So um sorry about that. The introduction. First of all, what is learning in an organization? Learning organization, it refers to the continuous process by which individuals and groups in an organization acquire skill, behaviors, and insights that can improve the performance and support for the organization. So, in this particular KD session, I'm going to take you through implementation, guidance, and support that needs to be in place for learning an organization to work perfectly. And additionally, I'll also take us through the five principles I'll take you through the five key disciplines and principles that need to be in place to foster learning culture in an organization. Um, I'll go to building a learning organization. So, according to Peter Sange, he identified five important principles that is important for effective learning in an organization. The first one is personal mastery. The second one is critical thinking. The third one is mental models and shared vision and system thinking. So, what is personal mastery? This is the process by which individuals take full responsibility for their own learning. So an example is like the KD session that we're having here, which our organization, which is Become Global, makes it compulsory for most of us because it's not all of us, but most of us to engage in constant personal learning to be able to improve on our efficiency and acquiring of more knowledge to help in um, building more and effective projects for our company. I'll take on critical reflection. Um, this involves self-awareness, questioning, taking risk, and reflecting on outcomes to inform future decisions. So, um, in our in our project management, um, in our project management stand-ups, right? We go through more of the building stage, right? The development stage where we go on, we rub our minds together to be able to come up with effective answers to the project and the users needs that we're trying to meet. So this can only be involved if we are questioning what we're trying to do, taking risk, and this can only be allowed if the organization gives us the leeway to do that. Mental models, these are internal representation of beliefs and assumption that influences behaviors and decisions made by members of an organization, right? So challenging mental models can help you to improve your self-awareness and interpersonal understanding, right? So it's going to help you to be able to interact more with the people you're working with, because an organization like ours that is more of remote based, right? You get to work with different people that you don't have them the blessing of working with them in the same room. So you can't really feel their energy and know how they feel. So you have to be able to, challenge your mental model so that you have some better interpersonal understanding to know how you can collaborate with other people. I'll talk about shared vision. Now, shared vision is more of a collective understanding of the organization purpose. Like right now in our organization, emails have been sent out for us to submit our end of year slides, right? I don't know what's contained in every other person end of year slide, but in other, like in project my end of year slide, were to suggest projects that we think that the company should, embark on for more profits in next year. So this can only be done if there's a shared vision in the organization. So if everybody is able to bring in their own part and bring it into the organization, then we can be able to, move and continue exploring more things. So lastly, I'll talk about system thinking. This is a holistic approach that goes through problem solving, that recognizes how various elements of a system are interdependent to others. So I'll give you an example. Like when you're project managing a project, right? You get to work with different parts of this organization, because you get to work with the design team, the tech team, and the project management team. So if there's no holistic way to solve problems is to stop the lapses, and everybody knows that we are interdependent, that the tech team needs the design team, and the project managers need both teams to be able to work together, then we can't actually move forward. I'm going to talk about continuous learning. Right now, continuous learning is essential. It's very, very essential for organization success, because it involves, making sure that the members of the organization embrace diverse forms of learning, and they are open to learning and relearning. You know, a blessing for us working in this organization is we get to be involved in different projects, those that are related to our field, and those are not, because we get to also manage some microservices. We all have to manage some projects. So at the end, it fosters you to continue learning, and while you're continue learning, you continue growing. I'll talk about the formal and informal learning. Now, the formal and informal learning are two different types of learning. Like the formal learning, like it says, is a structured form of learning which involves you understanding and developing a particular skill. Right? Like this will be found in, taking courses online, going to school and getting a degree. You know, that is a form of a formal learning that you can get. Now, the informal learning, this accounts for 90% of working in the learning from people in the workplace. So this particular saying that we learn from doing.
Sorry. Please, can you turn on your camera? I think I'll be trying to leave a message in the chat box. Your camera, just to turn on your camera while you continue, please.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, fine.
Can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can. You can see your screen and we can see you as well. Thank
Okay.
you.
So um How was that? Okay, the informal learning. So informal learning accounts for 90% of learning in the workplace. Right. This it often happens through everyday experiences and interactions with people in the organization. So if I'm working with the tech team, I'm working with the design team, right? You get to, feel how every other person likes to work. You know, like working with somebody for the first time, you won't know how the person likes to work, the hours the person likes to work, or how the person likes to do his things. Right. So from working with that person, you might, it's what I call like a system of how I do my work. So from working with somebody, you can, pick some things from what the person is doing, pick some systems and pick on knowledge. I'll give us an example. We all have at least elderly people, um, we have parents or mothers that we also get to meet every day, right? They can call you and ask you, please, can you help me to use my ATM? Can you help me to transfer money? You're teaching them informally, all right? But like the 90%, like says, like we learn by doing. And you know how many times they'll still come back and ask you to still repeat that same type of, you know, that same type of process that you just did for them. So the informal learning is divided into two. The 70 is divided into three, 70%, which is more of experimental, like you actually engaging and getting your hands dirty and doing those things. The 20% is more of like the social form, right? Like you learn by collaborating with other people in the organization. And the remaining 10% is the formal learning. So now let's talk about the social learning. Now, social learning it enables employees to learn from each other, share knowledge and collaborate on different projects. Right. Some of the benefits of the social learning is it increases engagement. Like I said earlier, most of us our company is remote based, right? And we don't have the the blessing of working in the same building or in the same room with the different people that we interact with daily. So with social learning, right, we get to meet different people, right, and collaborate and share greater knowledge that's going to help us, deliver our tasks on time and be able to move on to other tasks for the company. Now, championing learning from the top. This is a very, very crucial role that is good for establishing a learning culture in an organization. So, like an organization like ours, right, it is fostered from the top. Our CEO is always emphasizing on knowledge development, knowledge exchange. Like he's always drumming that over and over again. So if our senior managers, right, are more into championing our learning as a core strategy to demonstrate their commitment, it is going to pass down like a waterfall, and most of us in our organization will be taking our learning more seriously. Now we go to employees that take their intellectual curiosity serious. It's important because no matter how people might say, like, I'm just doing it for the love of it, I'm just doing it because I care, everybody wants a certain form of gratification. So it doesn't necessarily mean that, the person is giving monetarily, the person is giving, money for learning, because at the end of the day, it is still an investment in yourself. So you could do it by, praising the person openly in front of everybody, like telling the person how much of a good work the person has done. You can do that by promoting the person. I'm not against, promoting the person, or even creating a competitive environment, by like creating leaderboards or games. Leaderboards, it could help. Leaderboards could help, and it will help in an environment that you want to make sure that people are competing. right? But if it is an environment that the organizational culture doesn't foster competition, leaderboards will become a negative in the long run, because some people might become apprehensive to the people that are on top. Like when we're in school, person that's closer to the teacher's pets and whatnot. So I don't really say for leaderboards, but open praise, promotion, and creating a competitive environment is very, very important for rewarding learning. Promotion of diversity, equity, and inclusion. So, in a diverse workplace like ours, that we are working with at least different people from different parts of this country. Like there are people that are working in states that I only see in states and capital. I have not been there, but we get to interact every day. You can get to feel someone's energy, even if it's from the screen of your computer. You can be able to learn from what the person is doing, how the person likes to attack tasks. That could foster a little perspective of cultural collaboration and empowerment. So in an organization that's because we are diverse, the other people from different parts don't feel like one other part is getting a little ahead of them. It could help to foster some inclusion and all that. So now the most important part of this learning organization is effective feedback. So now constructive feedback is very, very important for learning an organization. It helps to guide effective conversations that are focused and productive. Right. So learning organization, the feedback has to be a two-way process. Right. It's enabling personal growth, team dynamics, and organizational improvement. So in the feedback, let's say for example now, um, you have done your part and you're learning an organization and you're doing this and you're improving on yourself. And like I said earlier, this new view reward system, or you're not it's not like as if anybody is actually looking at the good work that you're doing. Some people tend to, lay back, and that will now affect productivity very, very drastically. So it is good that, or it is important that, as as there's the employee is putting his best foot forward, right? The people at the top, that's management, also be able to tell them like you're doing a good job, open praise, or sometimes the reward for good work is more work. So you can, put the person in more work, or put the person in a place that he can be more of advisory or supervisory role. Yeah. Okay, before I take questions, um, I would like to say that this topic, learning in organization, is a topic that I took out of agile learning, like the agile project management of learning. So this is like one of the parts of the agile learning that mostly involves you as a person taking more responsibility for your learning. Please, if you have any questions, I'm open for questions.
All right, thank you so much, Paul. Please, just like you said, if you have questions, please can we ask? Um, so I think the silence means we do not have questions. Okay, please, can you keep your title slide? Just put that up. So okay, yeah, thank you. So please, you can ask us questions. I guess people do not have questions.
Um, can you call? You can call. Can you pick, or am I going to pick?
No, I was saying you should ask us. Just ask us random things.
Okay, random questions. And can anybody mention maybe two two key principles for learning in an organization? Did anybody get my question?
I guess we did. You can call someone to answer.
Um, I don't. Let me pick someone else. Dwayne Chima, please, can you mention any two key principles of learning organization? Chima, are you still on the call? Um, can anybody hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Victor, please, can you please answer the question? Three key principles for learning organization.
Um, Collaborative learning. Um, um, Supports, I guess, colleague supports, leadership support.
Okay.
So, Abby,
No, three, but no, let me just say the three
lifelong learning.
is the three is personal mastery, right? Which is an individual taking responsibility for their learning. Critical reflection, which is taking risks, questioning tasks, and reflecting on future outcomes. Um, Shared vision, which is what you said, like collaboration from government here. From sorry, I said government. Collaboration from management, then system thinking, right? It's a holistic approach for problem solving, that recognizes, the interdependence, like you said, collaboration. So yeah, thank you for that. I have another question. Who I ask this one? Um, how I do this? Oluwaseyi, please can you hear me? Please can you unmute your mic? Oluwaseyi. Oluwaseyi, please can you please unmute your mic? Can you hear me? Uche, Uche, can you hear me? Hello, Uche, can you hear me? Please can you unmute your mic? Can anybody hear me? Is anybody still on this call? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, can hear.
Um, I don't think anybody has any questions, and I think this my slides were, to the best of my knowledge, self-explanatory, and I think so in the absence of any question, I think I draw a curtain close to my KD section.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much
And
for the
thank you,
presentation.
thank
Yeah,
you,
thank you, Dwayne. Was it Dwayne or Victor? No, no, I think it
Victor.
was Victor that responded. Yeah. Thank
It was
you,
Victor.
Victor, for contributing. Thank you everyone for joining today. I know we are supposed to ask Adekunle, people that had questions yesterday. I know that we're supposed to ask Adekunle questions, but I'm kind of having network glitches. So please, we'll make that for tomorrow. Hello, Adekunle, please. Is that fine with you? Okay, so I guess that's fine. Thank you so much, everyone. Do have a productive day.
Thank you. Goodbye, guys.
All right, bye.